Hey, hey. Så er jeg på på skærmen igen. Ja. Og det er altså ikke mig, der har glemt at slukke for radioen her. Det er simpelthen musikken fra hovedmenuen i Deadly Premonition 2. Virkelig classy. Ja, så er vi ved at være klar. Jeg ved ikke helt, hvordan er lyden lige nu? Er jeg for høj? Er lyden for lav? Ja. Det skal helst være lige i øjet her. Jeg kan ikke se, hvor langt den er. Vi prøver bare sådan her. Okay. Så går vi i gang. Jeg er lidt næsten nervøs for... Alt på 100, okay. Jeg er så klar. New game. Deadly Premonition 2. FK in the coffee. Jeg har ikke samme problem som etteren, nej, okay. Godt at høre. Okay. Spændende. Hej Tishi. Jeg håber ikke, du bliver skræmt væk de første. Windows ban in-game action. What? Trykkede du på hold dig hydreret, eller hvad? Okay, det er rimelig makabert. Hold da op. Du vil bruge den til at drille til. For fanden. Nogle gange så får vi op de der channel point ting der. Okay, det var spændende. Det var en spændende start, det der. Hvad sker der her? 88 timer senere.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Quiet down.
Ja, altså 2018.
You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What
Jeg ved det ikke helt, Titi.
Does God hate me?
No. The regional bureau chief merely
Jeg ved
issued
ikke,
a
hvordan man
special
skulle
order.
refunde channel points.
Oh. Yeah.
Det må vi lige finde ud af, om vi kan.
A special order to rob me of my well-deserved vacation.
You want pizza? I'll buy you some pizza. You can find that junk anywhere.
Whoa! Hey! Hold on a second.
Jamen, den tænker jeg, at den er lidt for...
Pizza is not junk. Pizza is a sacred food bestowed upon us by God himself. You need to apologize.
Så tænker jeg ikke, vi kommer så langt i dag, hvis vi bliver ved med at bande
Apologize to
all
pizza or
movement
God?
i 5 minutter.
Ha! You think you're so clever. Maybe if you'd eaten pizza this morning like a decent
Men nu har vi heldigvis
person,
noget snak,
you
vi kan høre
wouldn't
på.
cut your finger.
I only cut my finger because I couldn't find a left-handed can opener at the hotel. Normally, I would never make such an amateur mistake.
Oh, really? Well, If you want me to get into gear, then just feed me some pizza, okay?
We must
Det er
act
typisk
unfaithfully and abandon our
FBI-samtale,
ideas
det her.
again and again. We cannot advance from one period of life into another without causing these pains of treachery.
Nietzsche, again, please spare me before my ears start to bleed. Ever since the moment you got here, it's been nothing but Nietzsche quotes.
Nietzsche quotes.
The worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself.
I said knock it off. I prefer pizza to philosophy. Want me to dial
Jeg
the
tænker, der må være nogle begrænsninger,
Come
man
on,
må holde
Agent
til.
Jones. It's time to get serious. Your 4.5 years of hard work are finally about to pay off.
Fordi
And all you're focused on
ellers
is
så kan du
this
sidde og
nonsense?
holde mig fast i helt stream, hvor jeg ikke gør
isn't
noget.
nonsense.
Quiet.
As you wish, mother. My lips are sealed. Happy now.
Mother. Okay, var det det? Var der mere? Hold da kæft, en samtale, vi starter med, mand. Skal vi se en gang her. De her channel points. Kom du til at trykke forkert før, Chichi, eller var det fordi, du kom til at trykke dig på hold dig hydreret, og så valgte den anden? Okay. Jeg skal lige se en gang, om jeg kan give dig... Nu har jeg jo lige 3 minutter eller sådan noget, hvor jeg ikke må gøre noget. Hej Moni. Okay. Ja. Nu se en gang her. Jeg skal lige ind i community, så channel... Nej. Activity måske? Noget med moderation så. Settings. Moderation. Det ved jeg ikke lige. Jeg må lige prøve at undersøge. Jeg tror desværre ikke, jeg kan give dig den tilbage, Gigi. Jo. Nå. Hvor længe har vi tilbage fra Champions? Hvad hedder det? Okay. Okay, Champion. Det er fair nok så. Så kan jeg også lige få alle de her børnesygdomme til. Jeg prøver den der Ragnar. Jeg ved ikke, om det virkede. Men jeg skal også have en timer, faktisk. Jeg skal have et... ting her. Stop watch clock. Er der ikke et stopur på... Så jeg finder det online. Stopur. Ja. Yes, sådan. Okay, fint nok. Jeg skal nok... Jeg skal nok prøve at kigge på det senere, Gigi.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
Fordi at jeg har indført en ny channel point funktion, hvor man kan forbyde bestemte in-game actions, og der var Champion lige lidt smart og lidt nederen og brugte den på sådan en måde, hvor han sagde ingen movement i 5 minutter. Det koster ret
It's
meget,
open.
men
Come on in.
Francis York Morgan. No red. Ja. Spændende, Long Sister Silver. Hvad er det for et sted, det her? Nej. Okay. Han har skiftet sin foretrukne... Ja, det er ikke bare cigaretter, han
questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Francis Zack Morgan. What? Så ja, det her det er i hvert fald efter Green Day, det er helt sikkert. Okay. Okay, Gigi.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights.
Okay.
Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak.
Så er nogen afhøring?
Do we have permission to film this?
Alia Davis.
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Simon Jones. Hi.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game.
Fourth wall breaking.
Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived.
Okay, nu kan jeg så...
If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
Okay. Så er der en Gigi, så vil jeg klare. Adam Savage from Mythbusters. Okay, jeg ser ikke gang her. Messy awards and trophies. Look.
Letters of appreciation from the governor and the Department of Justice.
Jeg tror, Jonesy er på villager-jagt.
They're caked in dust as if he doesn't even care about them. You solved many difficult cases across your career, utilizing your own unique M.O.
M.O.
You've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable. According to our records, after joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related kidnapping cases. In 2003, you solved the inside-out flesh skinner case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh.
Det er noget af en sag. Hold da op.
In 2004, the Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe case in Milwaukee. And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year.
Okay, han har godt arbejdet for noget messed up shit.
Then, in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation. You went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your own? There are no records of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
It was all thanks to our talented
Ja, det må man sige, Mona.
Partner. The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked together. Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis
Det sætter
case,
virkelig stemningen. Det er ret nice.
we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, 2 highly sought-after fugitives.
Okay. Use visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Hold L. Vision. Using a vision will deplete your concentration, so be careful about using it too much. Sex, poker face.
This smell. It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable. I won't get another chance to talk to him face to face like this. I need to get him to stop smoking that for a bit. Francis Zach Morgan. He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell me. Perhaps he was a little too talented.
Too talented.
Excuse me, Mr. Morgan, but would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about... Yes, that.
Yes, that.
You don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now please put out that stinking indulgence right this minute.
Stinking indulgence.
What
Jeg synes bare ikke, at jeg så noget med den der vision.
if we say no?
What? If we say no.
Then I'll put it out myself. Using force.
Using force.
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. This is Morgan's house. Besides, it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes.
Kommer Simon Jones til at undsætte.
And I mean, come on.
It's medicinal.
It's medicinal.
Exactly.
This was again.
Hey, Belle.
Simon bisschen Hedwigs.
Why are you dressed so handsomely?
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche.
Okay, Francis Morgan.
We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
He's still got it. He's still got it.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears.
Det er endnu en niche.
Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
Okay, that's why du skal grine. That's why du skal
He's
grine.
more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head on with questions.
Assault him head on with questions.
First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up. These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. The agent who handled the case was Francis Zach Morgan, and now he's sitting right in front of me. An ornate antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him? Stage 4 progressive malignant tumor. How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner?
Oh.
And what if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath?
Spændende.
Mr. Morgan, may I ask you a question purely out of curiosity? If it makes you uncomfortable, just let me know, and I'll retract it.
Belle, what's wrong? You sure put a lot of effort into that approach.
It's a question about death.
About this body?
Are you afraid of what's coming?
Think carefully about why we're smoking this, then ask us again. Honestly, we're not afraid. Rather, we find it intriguing.
Intriguing.
Yes.
Yes.
Belle, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon in winter?
No.
In the dead of winter, the Grand Canyon
Meget fed
is
stil, de har
terribly
lavet.
cold.
Cel-shaded, ja.
Colder than you could imagine. A cold that no photograph could ever express. The sun. Powerless. and the temperature drops below 0, right in the middle of the day.
Meaning?
Meaning, you can't really understand something until you experience it for yourself. If you want to learn more about us, you need to gain more experience.
Experience? Det er ikke state of the art, nej, men det er stadigvæk igen lidt mere sådan stilistisk.
That chessboard
Look.
looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad taste, but the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
Starter med Zack, som er anklaget for måske at have gjort et eller andet, vi ikke rigtig ved. Så det er en afhøring der.
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself.
Simon Jones virker rimelig meget som en Francis Zack Morgan fanboy.
When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history. He was simply playing chess. All
alone. Uh-oh. Eller var det med en anden person?
What's wrong with that?
Who knows?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Okay.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Carré, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Okay. Det lyder jo meget bekendt. Uden at være den samme sag.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carré immediately after that, didn't you?
Ja, det tror jeg ikke. Jeg tror ikke, der er så meget, der er
We just
tilfældigt
can't seem to
i
keep ourselves away from
Premonitions
dead
univers.
girls.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim.
Hey.
Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it? The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered frozen in a warehouse. This is some kind of message from the victim to us.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
Okay, det er creepy. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now, and it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit.
Champion, må godt lige snakke ordentligt, ikke?
Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Ja, Jonesy, du er lige ved at gå glip af det hele. Dark er desværre ikke ankommet og har gættet hele handlingen endnu. Men,
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
okay. Så en gang.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us? Such as...
Der skete nogle ting i slutningen af etteren, der virkelig sådan ændrede på måden, man så på Zack/York på.
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson.
Jeg kan ikke huske detaljerne 100%.
You look surprised.
Det er lidt svært for mig at
I
forklare
thought
det,
you already knew.
men Zack er sådan set Francis, eller Mr. Morgan.
After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
Okay, så okay. Suspicious.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right.
Simon!
He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve.
Hvad ved Simon om det? Han er en stalker.
Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Okay.
Yet that's not all.
Jeg synes da ikke, vi kan huske det der.
That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Smoking.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere.
Det er da lige så janky som det var etteren. Sådan nogle ansigter der. Og hej Dalek, velkommen til.
Isn't that right, my fairy?
You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
Han er så mystisk.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
The warehouse?
Of course.
Oh.
We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner.
Helt sikkert, Jonesy. Helt sikkert.
But we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Simon for fanden.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees
Det vil være rimelig
were on
badass Long Sister
vacation.
Silver. Ja, det er kun Fleur, der starter et spil med 45 minutter snak.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us.
Jeg havde i gang en halv
instead.
time, tror jeg. En halv... Ej, jo.
Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man.
Hvad skal det betyde, Tarek?
Incoherent.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005.
Visual novel kan godtages i Nindy-klubben. Ja, det er selvfølgelig rigtigt, Jones.
Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
Så også kun det på tysk, men
Large man, yes.
han har sådan nogle definitioner. Large man, yes. Ikke kun.
No need to answer. If you don't want to.
Mooney sidder også allerede og
I'm sure you've
spekulerer.
already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason, even this messy room. There must be a reason for it, especially when it comes to those strangely tiny
Jones
spots
elsker, når
that practically
Mooney
beg
tænker
to be questioned.
højt. Okay, Champion har allerede gættet. Han tænker, det er Alia, der er morderen. Agent Davis. Okay, så har vi den første. Okay, nu kommer der bare en masse nye spor. Lad os lige se en gang her. Okay. Another strange clean spot.
This room's a total mess. But certain spots look perfectly clean. Is it just a coincidence? No. There are no coincidences with this man.
Jeg kan godt lide hende. Jeg synes, hun er meget sådan kalkulerende.
Mr. Morgan.
Hun prøver bare at
I
løse
found
sit job.
several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Dun, dun, dun.
Those are sanctuaries.
Der er også en derovre på kaminen, eller undskyld, ildstedet derovre. Der er også sådan en trekant. The hell?
They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places.
I øvrigt så har vi fundet ud af, at han har også stage 4 cancer. Så han har det ikke for godt.
Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there.
Creepy.
We haven't touched a
The
thing.
soul's still there.
But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon. Don't touch the sanctuary.
Simon.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then.
4,5 år har han overvåget.
What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy?
My fairy.
4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way.
No way.
Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taking control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more. Agent Jones. The briefcase isn't even that big. How long does he intend to keep that up? Does he have pizza menus stuffed inside there or something?
Grøn look.
Agent Jones? Did you find the files?
Green Whale. Case files. Så nu er vi i known territory.
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Nej, Agent Jones, hvad laver du? Nej! Du må ikke røre sanctuaryet. Hvad har du gang i?
Ow! We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of justice.
We told you. Go.
We told you.
Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Savannah.
Okay.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Yeah.
Mr. Morgan?
Hun har jo rødt på... hendes blod er rødt på fingeren, jo. Det kan jeg ikke lide.
I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid?
Uh-oh.
Everything should be fine now.
Det er de der var sådan nogle trekanter, der simpelthen ikke var støvet til. Og stødet lå ligesom udenom trekanterne. Der ligger en over på kaminen, og der ligger en...
I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition.
Men det er grunden til, at han bliver sådan helt... Det var på grund af, at han så farven rød, som vi jo alle sammen ved.
Such an unusual thing to fear.
At gøre med Greenvale også.
Please, accept my deepest apologies.
Ja, han har stage 4 cancer.
I'm sorry too. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red either.
Don't ever touch one again.
Den der ligger lige der foran skakspillet, det er et sanctuary.
I told them not to.
Men vi har kørt 40 minutter, og vi er stadig i gang med at snakke.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Borgen af mælkekartoner.
I won't let them touch again. Okay.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenvale case.
Ja, skarpt er det, ja. Heavy duty shredder.
Could you tell me what exactly the word sanctuary means to you?
Sanctuaries are sanctuaries. Nothing more and nothing less.
That doesn't explain anything.
That doesn't explain anything.
Why do you wish to know?
Just curious.
Belle. You're a much ruder person than you initially seemed to be. Don't you agree, my fairy? What do our sanctuaries have to do with the investigation? If you're out of questions, then how about just going home?
Vi får virkelig spenderet noget tid med Saki, hans crazy...
What is it, Simon?
Verden, I guess.
We hope you've got a real question for us.
Well, actually, I'm also a little curious myself. No one's supposed to touch any sanctuary, right?
That's what we said.
What about you, though? You can't even touch them yourself? Are there any extenuating circumstances?
Ja, der er mange mælkekartoner. Holy crap, man.
What are you getting at?
I mean, I doubt if any of this really matters, but if no one can touch the sanctuaries, then how do you clean them?
How do you clean them? Så er der bare stille. Ej, så stopper den der. Ej, hvor helvede. Nej.
This is a very large shredder. Is there something you don't want people finding out about?
Good question.
Okay, så er han nu også bare... Så bliver du endnu mere mistænkelig.
But we never know when some curious civil servants may come and sift through our trash now, do we?
You're already retired. What are you so worried about?
It's just a simple habit. From back when we were still on duty. Didn't they bang that into your head when you were up in Quantico? Some habits are hard to break. No matter how hard you try.
Det ser rimelig rent ud, det sanctuary, vil jeg så sige. Som om det holder sig selv rent.
Mr. Morgan?
Okay, så Greenvale.
I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years.
No shit.
And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
Ooh.
What are you getting at?
Dun, dun, dun.
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carré case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push.
One more push.
One more thing that can summon up the past. Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
Jeg skulle have kigget på det først. Jo.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan. Oh my god. Oh crap. Oh crap.
This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Luke Carré case you worked on in 2005.
Et træ. Ja. Red.
Red tree. Red tree.
Yes. A red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
Red rum. Red rum.
Figured it out.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Okay.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Nu sker der noget.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes,
Yes.
it was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life.
Okay.
It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Så kommer introen. Fedt. Ej, hvor er det sygt. Næsten en time har med Jamen, det er jo en sindssyg opsætning. Hold kæft, det er jo perfekt. Det passer til The Premonition. Og man sidder bare og sidder fast i hver enkelt ord, for sådan, det må betyde et eller andet. Det er fed et track, det der.
That's been long forgotten, but it haunts me. My destiny
Rigtig James Bond intro.
to be alone. There's a time when you see
South.
life for what it's gotta be.
Cannabis.
You should know they'll destroy you. A call to make, to keep searching, walk alone.
Det var ikke med i traileren, det der. Jeg tror, de sagde, det var et... til 16-årige i det her spil. Det er lidt uhyggeligt. Så er det med Swery-spil. Fed intro. Jamen, jeg tænker mere, ja, True Detective. Og måske lige i introen, men sådan, måske den første del af introen, og så også lige hele den her back and forth afhøringsting. Ja. Sverige. Nej, Swery. Ikke Sverige.
Zach.
Francis York Morgan. Oh yeah.
Zach. Can you hear me, Zach? There you are, Zach. Sleeping again? Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
Yeah. Jeg er glad for, at jeg ikke er bange for farven rød lige.
Isn't that right, Zach?
Isn't that right, Zach? Det er lidt Premonition 2. A blessing in disguise. Sommer 2005. Carré, Louisiana. Ah. Det er den framerate, man vil have, når man spiller det her spil.
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Okay. Francis York Morgan.
Look at that, Zach.
Okay, Homer til...
She's welcoming us with open arms.
til morgenmad. The fuck?
She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
En ananas. Bare
Hurry
fordi-
up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing
Har de
place.
fået...
I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carré, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David. If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
David Jawara.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
Det smil der.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still.
It's a private matter.
Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Det må man sige.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Folks say the killer used an axe.
To økser det
Hell
jo.
of an old-fashioned choice, if you ask me.
Suspicious.
Actually, Chef
Det
David,
er
if you
den
don't
sløveste
mind,
gepard, jeg nogensinde har set.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI.
Mr. FBI.
I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me,
Hey,
I
Scotty!
can tell you what I know.
Please do. I
Tak
appreciate
for
it.
subscription for anden måned i træk, og du har været subscribed i 11 måneder, Armin. Velkommen til. Godt, du kan være her. Du gik glip af en meget, meget langsom, men fantastisk intro til det her spil.
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
The whole town, David.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
Ja, det må du hellere, Scotty.
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seal. They own most of the land around here. From the sugar
Stadigvæk varierende
plantation right
volumen
down
i
to the
deres,
food processing.
hvad hedder det, indtaling. Og det er fedt.
Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything.
Everything.
They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know? They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
Where's the Clarkson's house?
What do you know about the Clarkson's house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson.
Oof.
He's the kind of monster who goes around
P.J. Clarkson. Ham skal vi holde øje med.
And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe for nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind. Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you think?
What do you think?
Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the deep south for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show. The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart, and The Pelican Brief. Right? 9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans. They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
Cat people. That's my point. Cat people. 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s. The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers.
What?
I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of cat people for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
Okay.
That's on film.
Another vital element of cat people is the presence of Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece. Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie.
Det er ham, der har lavet Clockwork Orange.
His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period.
Okay. Period.
You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Whatever you say, mister. So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts.
What's your point again?
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister. Why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
Ja, præcis. Det er sådan... Så er der bare indre, eller ikke en indre, så er der bare monolog for alle pengene.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Det er når Peter snakker om Super Mario 3D All-Stars i endcast, så er det bare sådan...
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes. But folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou.
Oh, the bayou.
And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
An altar?
And that's the truth of it.
Some black magic. Some
voodoo?
Nah. Wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces. Scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed?
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach.
Bingo, Zach.
This case has got our names all over it.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye.
20 minutter rent efterfulgt af. Jeg elsker det. Fyr den er nok til.
It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night.
Jeg synes, han er mere buff i det her spil. Eller er det bare mig?
When you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket.
Local supermarket?
Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent.
What?
In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Oh, nej.
Another mode?
Det er selvfølgelig rigtigt.
Want to hear the details?
Not really, but I'll listen if you want me to.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible, especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car?
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know about cars. Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we finally entered the 21st century. Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter.
Scotty er stadigvæk sikker på, at det var Polly i det første spil. Okay.
1984,
directed
by Nick Castle.
Nu skal vi snakke om film igen.
It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself. Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had...
So, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
Sorry, I got off topic.
Sorry, I got it. Oh, really?
I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner.
Jo, vi har et champion, men der hvor vi kunne styre en person, så bedte du mig om ikke at kunne styre en person.
Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10.
Vi er næsten igennem den her
My hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
What?
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach.
Hold kæft. He was a skater boy.
Someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels.
Brand new. Place with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels.
Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard.
Han er jo også punkrocker, skal man sige.
Why do you look so
Lige
surprised?
op hans alley. Wow. En fantastisk danglish sætning, jeg fik lavet der.
No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first.
Nej, det lyder også stramt.
But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery.
It was a journey of self-discovery. Oh, yes.
Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
Okay.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans.
The cat people. Okay.
We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell. Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach?
You say?
Zach, the searing light. These scents.
Ja, præcis. Det havde jeg også gjort.
South. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
Hummer til... Eller hvad er det hummer? Nej, det er... Jo. Det er noget af den stil.
Wait, mister.
Hvorfor spiser man det?
You didn't take a single bite.
You didn't take a single bite.
Well, the tea was to die for.
The tea was to die for.
But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
Cajun cuisine. Nå, men så gik der over en time. Hold kæft, mand. Hvor er det fedt. Jeg kan tænke armene ned, altså. Hvor er det fedt, det her. Hold kæft, det er godt. Spiller allerede, mand. Det er bare... Ja. Sådan. Return to York's room and review the case. Måske skulle jeg også komme ud af Yorks pyjamas. Look, jank. Save, ja. Jeg tror, den autosaver den. Det tror jeg, det gør godt. Helt klart en på opleveren. I dag lærte Mooney, at texanske biografer sælger freaking pickles, og texanere tror, det er normalt. Så hummer til morgenmad er ikke dessert. Okay. God quote, der er det. What would a morning be without coffee? Jeg er ikke så helt selv så afhængig af kaffen, men det er vores kære ven. Francis York. Det er det. Jeg troede, jeg kunne komme derind. Så er det bare et spejl. Jamen, hvad? Prøv at se, den er reflective surface. Altså, det var ikke noget etteren kunne. To sekunder. Så jeg kan finde ud af det her. Jeg ved ikke, om det jeg gør det rigtigt. Nu må vi se. Sådan. Sådan. Men den quote må du lige huske, Dark. Når du tænker på kaffe. Okay, det er nogle rimelig syrede... sneak! Lad os se, hvor stylish han er, når han sneaker. Hvordan løber han? What? Okay, han er beastie. Giv mig kaffe. Sådan. Men prøv nu at se. Og den samme musik.
Son Rouge. We've been chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much.
Det er ikke den samme, vi har i 2008.
This holes from the shootout in Tucson. And this stains from Miami. Miami. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs. A feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto. I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
Nå, det er først nu, han mener det. Sejt.
An emergent drug that's been on the
sætter op
rise
på
in
væggen,
4
og så kommer
southern
der sikkert
states.
røde snore imellem mig.
Personally, I think it originated right
Jeg
here in
synes
Louisiana.
allerede toeren, den sætter stilen.
Elise
Altså,
Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
det føles bare som om vi fortsætter i det nu.
The 16-year-old girl who was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the
Hvad er
bayou,
den her nye feature her?
along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town
Ja,
of the
rød snor. Ja, det er fedt.
and he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Evidence organized.
You know,
The Red.
I keep
Red
thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay.
Nej.
For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new
Jeg tror, de har set The Islands.
a genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't use...
Link. Det er det her.
I'm very satisfied with the decorations and the size of this closet, Zach. And it's even got a security box. What else could a man ask for?
Det er bare... Nå, det er den med Ewan McGregor og Scarlett Johansson. Nå ja, den har jeg tror faktisk, jeg har set. Jeg var til trailer på den. Det er godt sige. Er det Michael Bay virkelig?
It's proof that we're still safely inside the fringes of modern civilization.
Jeg var mega skeptisk over for Deadly Premonition, og så er det bare blevet... For mange af os i hvert fald. Ikke for alle, men for mange af os er det blevet, ja... Noget af et spil. Stylish Brown? Hey Patrick, vi hygger os så meget. Jamen, prøv at se. Prøv at se det her. Det er med en suit. Der vil noget. Frameraten, det er bare... Hvor det er fantastisk. Selvfølgelig. Shave, okay. Det er blevet hurtigere. Shower, det behøver vi ikke. Rubber bullets. Rubber bullets. Used in Mr. Alligator. Cola. Pepper. Cup of coffee. En sovepose. Shit. Den får jeg nok brug for. Det er jeg sikker på.
Hey there, chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David.
Åh nej! Nej!
I just heard from our chef that you
Han
wish to
spiller...
learn
Nå,
the
for
our
helvede.
town's name.
Yes, I've gathered that le Carré is French, but does it have any special meaning?
Okay, han er altså fishy. Han er suspicious. Det er
A very
rent polly, det
clear,
her.
logical meaning.
Det er rent polly.
All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow
Jolly
me to
good, sir.
Lucare means square in French.
Ah. And
That's it.
that's it?
Yes, that's it, sir. Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Spil, altså. Og de har det gode track med igen.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality. Just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say. The job makes the man.
Mr. FBI. Prøv at se den
Do you feel that, Zach?
fiktion der.
Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. The faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a
Ja,
century.
også meget muligt.
Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman. Perhaps we should talk to him.
Okay.
Nice tie. Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No one these days ever tries to see me.
Oh, der er voodoo in the
They
air
can see
her.
what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly. Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Zoomed away from what?
Det er også min tanke, Scotty.
Don't be a fool. You know the answer.
Totalt, ja. Det er det mest normale, det her.
Just call me Hungan.
Hunga. The title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
What the hell? What? Okay. Okay, det er creepy, det her.
Do you comprehend the oracle?
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here we go.
Don't do drugs.
Felton maidens.
Der var ellers masser af drugs i starten af spillet her.
Find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by
Ikke noget
other
endnu.
world?
Det er
Follow
først
the
i
oracle.
2018. What the... What? What?
Zach, did you hear all that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos. But such is our duty. We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself. Let's capture the truth and present it with a shiny pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
Okay. In this game, you can use phones to save your progress. Phones are located inside certain facilities and around the town. Use whenever you wish. Hvor er det map der? Time to die! Er det? Ja, faktisk var det. skal se efter den røde, åbenbart.
Zach, this is Carré. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
Map has been unlocked.
Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside. Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10 things that need Alexis's Diner and Lane. This is it, Zach. There are even pins and a bowling ball on the sign. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time.
Bang, bang, back.
I knew you'd be able to find it. Now for the other oracle. There's no flying serpent on this map. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? I'm sure we'll find out later. First, let's just figure out where we need to go. Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zach. Yes, 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. And 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous 0 than that.
Okay.
The question is, does our 0 refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit? Let's think for a moment. We're in Louisiana. Which measurement system do we use here in America?
Fahrenheit. Okay, det forstår jeg.
The Clarkson Food Delivery Services Cold Storage Warehouse.
Så kunne jeg alligevel godt tænke det.
That's got to be it. Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing. Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you?
The puzzle solver. Ja. Decryption bonus. Nice. $15. Oh, yeah.
And how about that Hungun? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
Shit. De vil altså ikke gøre det så sejt.
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If you're dying to smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Fucking lord.
Don't tell me. You're the bellboy.
At your service,
At
boss.
your service, boss.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends.
Italian mobster.
We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams Deep South. Actually, no, it doesn't. This is all his charm. So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
For fanden. Get a strike. Okay. Ja, jeg kan ikke favne noget. Altså. Så er det skateboard-tid. I love it, siger Dalek. Jamen, jeg er også vild med det, altså. Brace yourselves for 14 FPS. Hyper vehicle. Wow, den loader længe nu. Nu kommer jeg selvfølgelig også ud på main mappet. Okay, okay. Ja, så kan man følge op på chatten.
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting lung disease.
Okay. Tak. Thanks, kid.
You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right?
Det ligner lidt sådan et kort. Samlekort.
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Oh, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York.
Just call me York.
That's what everyone
calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to
Is
act
something
like
wrong
this.
with
I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract.
Savage.
You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lise Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once.
To steal the
By the way,
right.
miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
Patricia Woods.
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my depth.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach,
Like
it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
Det går helt galt. Det går helt galt. Dodge, move camera, melee attack. Red room. Sure, og så. Og en fed bil. Nej, det er så ikke et triple A-spil. Hvad var det ellers? Red. Now should enter the red room. Inside you can access the following journal. Det er... Ja, okay. Det er ligesom i... det første spil. Fedt. Jeg vil ikke engang prøve, Drake. York's beloved ride. What the hell? The achievements. Shit. Okay. 400 achievements. Det blev din død.
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Melvin. They call me the sheriff round here.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself, but I visited them a few times, so I know what it's like. All pigs must die in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what?
Badass or
I bet
what?
you'd... Hey! I know, CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all.
Så det...
Anywho,
Okay.
round these parts, everyone knows each other's name. So lots of folks get leery when they see an A-tron
A-tron
shade like
J.
you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is. Melvin, about the Lise Clarkson case.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with
Nice.
information, and it's all within their grasp.
Okay, så er nice.
FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
The Lise Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead.
Men
I'm
ja,
just the humble sheriff of
du
a
tager
tiny
bare
little
sagen.
town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain.
Piss out of each other.
Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me
Melvin
down.
skal.
So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Please, just call me York.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon.
Det er meget nemmere end George
Melvin,
the Monarch.
there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Eller, det
Say
sker jo
what?
så senere.
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now.
Hvorfor
Lisa's
ved
body.
den 10-årige,
Now,
12-årige, jeg ved ikke,
that's what I call a
10-årige datter
special
mere end ham
agent.
der?
You already figured that much out. But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much. You know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Insanely fantastic.
Really?
Really?
Well, how about that? Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Selvfølgelig er det dejligt for sagen, han skal jo...
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to
Fortsætte
come
sin
during
streak.
those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way.
Du vil ikke gætte os før,
York.
gætte det før, Sandra.
I'll see
Du
you
skal
at
bare
the
gætte
warehouse.
rigtigt. Det er det vigtigste. It's not a race, it's a competition. Get on off skateboards. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, it's frame rating. The lag.
Hey, you. You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you? Or
What?
using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
What?
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of those activities myself. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the
Sure.
criminals I deal with.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious? And don't tell me what you imagine. Or else I'll get scared of you for real. Hey, can I come with you?
Nej.
You signed a contract with me, remember?
Åh.
And besides, I'm kind
Do whatever you like.
Hvorfor
This is
skal vi
America, land of the
have
free.
barn med rundt?
But I have one condition.
What condition?
Don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter. Zach, it feels like she's carrying something with her. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like this. You feel the same way, don't you?
Fuck, det er tom. Først tænker jeg, at vi skal til Diner and Lane. Oh shit! Oh. What?
Melvin called you a strange name. CLG, I think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl.
What?
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the Sang Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that...
Den har jeg. Det er ikke et trick til den. Alexis Diary Lane. Good times.
Patty, is something wrong?
I got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Professor R.
Yeah. Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the
Jazz
bayou.
bar. Ja.
How do you know that?
Because.
Because,
Clever
huh?
little girl.
Interesting.
Okay. Quest, det var en Rock the jazz bar. Rock the jazz bar. Så kan frameraten få en lille pause nu her. Yeah. Okay. Så kan jeg lige nyde den gode musik, imens jeg lige henter noget drikke. Okay, pyt. Jeg er tilbage om et øjeblik.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. My, you're a handsome one. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
Mr. Carpenter.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
Oh, so you are from the FBI. I thought as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new.
Spændende. Så er det en form for...
Horoscopes never miss.
Yeah.
They are the real deal. Well, one even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect game. Oh, no. Oh, could you stand a bit closer to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane.
Oh,
well,
no.
The sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter ball.
No, you can gutter ball.
First time in 12 years. I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again. In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane. Is that understood?
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee.
Just like us and coffee.
Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not even the FBI can take
FBI.
my lane from me. I haven't given it up once ever since my husband passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But...
Now, if you'll excuse me. Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter.
Stop! Not now! Can't you see I'm already in my bowling stance? What, are you blind? Holy Mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split. Holy Mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split. Holy Mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split.
Wait. Stop away, Miss Carpenter.
Oh, always works on a split. Oh, yeah, never fails.
Zach, our new friend, appears to be a very superstitious lady.
Oh, really?
We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen. Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now.
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Special Agent. Taking a liking to my collection, have
Oh, yes. A great liking.
I buy all my charms and power stones from Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida.
Yes, it's a mystical establishment run by the Mirror.
The Mirror.
If you're interested, I can mark it on your map for you.
Yes, please.
Zach, this is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on sale there. We may even be able to find something capable of changing her mind. It really feels like we're in the deep south now, doesn't it?
Okay. Vigtigt. Meget vigtigt. Det er sådan, jeg skal gå derned hver gang. Jeg er også sikker på, at der bliver gemt. Tak dig, tak. Okay.
I thought you came here to bowl.
Yes, I did.
Then why are you leaving? You gave up on trying to convince Mrs. Carpenter to let you play?
No, Patty, neither Zach nor I have given up on anything. We're just going to stop by Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida? What do you want with that place?
What do you know about it, Patty?
It's a dumb store that sells stupid voodoo charms and even stupider souvenirs. No one who actually lives here would ever be caught dead there. Daddy even told me to steer clear of it.
And why is that?
'Cause they sell guns?
Just say to
You
go.
mean Erzuli Frida is a gun shop?
It's kinda like a gun shop and a voodoo shop had a baby.
A voodoo shop? Thank you, Patty. You just helped me make up my mind. We're going to use the power of voodoo to help us steal the right to use that lane.
Bare ned ad hovedvejen der. Ja, ja. Han havde jo ikke de der dukker siddende, så... Hvor er et eller andet med hendes personer der? Okay. Så er der eddermame fart. Oh yeah. Scotty sidder også og forudser tingene.
A voodoo shop. It's a voodoo shop.
Nå.
Just looks like a dumb
Ja,
souvenir
selvfølgelig.
shop
Fordi
to
vi
me.
skal jo høre.
Of course it does,
Ja,
Patty.
du har ret.
You're much
Det
too
var hans
young to
monolog,
understand
eller
the true
undskyld, hans
value of such
samtale
a
med Zack.
place.
Hvad sker der nu? Nej. Hvad sker der mod nu?
This is all kid stuff. It's just a bunch of charms. I'm allowed to watch TV and go on the internet, but I ain't allowed in here? My daddy makes no sense sometimes. You agree, right, Agent York? This is all just kid stuff.
Look at this, Zack. All the mysticism of the Deep South gathered up into one quaint little shop. This is 100 times more exciting than the FBI evidence vault.
Okay, Jonesy, det er helt okay. Tak fordi du kiggede ind, og vi ses på torsdag til endnu mere Deadly Premonition 2.
It's a vast treasure chest. So much to study, so much to learn.
The Mirror.
Thou art a seeker, and I
taler fedt.
see the object of thy desire.
What?
Doth this be
What?
what thou seekest?
Jeg må sige udseende, men jeg tror, jeg ved ikke om personlighedsmæssigt.
I could sell it to thee now, and only now. Surely fortune shall not bless thee with another chance. Purchase this, and know that thy wishes shall be granted.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Even I can tell you're getting cheated, Agent York.
I disagree, Patty. This person can be trusted. I've been studying people for quite a while, so I can tell. That figurine is connected to our future.
My price is true. What say thee?
Okay, vi har $615.
I'll buy it.
Thou art a man of refined taste. I am loath to part with it, but 'twould be a fool's errand to keep it from such a keen-eyed soul.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
No normal person would ever buy a piece of junk like that. Not even at a garage sale.
Marvelous, isn't it, Zack? What a treasure. I can't wait to use it.
Use it? Where? How?
Isn't it obvious, Patty? I'm going to put it in front of Mrs. Carpenter's house.
In front of her house?
Yes. I'm sure this figurine will stop her right in her tracks. And that'll give us a chance to finally topple the 10 maidens.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. And so is Zack. Aren't you?
I'm seriously wondering if I should quit helping you out with this.
Ja, gør det. Vi gider ikke. Allerede. Så tænker jeg, at mens vi venter på, at det bliver aften, så kan vi tage over til den anden main mission.
Whoa.
That was close.
Wow.
Well, look at you, all standing there like you're expecting me to apologize.
Me to apologize.
It's your fault for not paying attention.
En rød kjole.
What?
Got a moment?
What?
Can't say I do. I'm in a hurry here.
I won't take up too much of your time. I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
I said I'm in a hurry, Peckerwood. Now get out of my way.
Get out of my way.
Patty, who was that?
Kalina Clarkson.
Suspicious.
Clarkson's second daughter, and Lisa's mother.
Suspicious.
Zach, we've found ourselves a Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Oh, no, she's not here. My dolly. Oh, she's not here. My dolly isn't here.
Ja, præcis, Peter.
One of the key persons in this case just came out of the woodwork to meet us. Now things are really getting interesting. Isn't that right, Zach?
Isn't that right, Zach? My dolly's missing. My sweet little dolly. Og så loader vi. Det er et spil. Wow. All right. Princess, endelig virker chatten. Fedt. Jeg er sikker på, at du har haft masser af kommentarer lige under hele streamen. Don't be barbarous. Jeg kan også bruge Vision her. Okay. Sejt. Low quality cloth. Så kunne det være udenom. Okay. Jeg skal om på den anden side. Eller her. Oi.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Ungan. Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of ether? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me. By the way, Zach, Hungan feels very familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone. Yes, I think I see the connection now. A cheerful, wise, yet also mysterious African-American who appeared in a variety of different films. My mind must be overlapping him with the skeletal gentleman. Do you remember his name? Ah, yes, that's it. Scatman Crothers. In 1980, he played Dick Halloran in The Shining, and in 1983, he was in The Twilight Zone. He played the man who invited all those elderly folks into a strange new world. I knew it, Zach. There's definitely a connection here, but he's a bit too old. Scatman's more of a sage character. Our skeletal gentleman is a little younger, isn't he? Yes. They have different body types, but what about Forrest Whitaker? He made his debut in 1982 in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Then he was in Platoon, and The Color of Money, both released in 1986, followed by Good Morning Vietnam in 1987. Oh, and he was in Bird in 1988. What an impressive filmography. Across the 80s, he transformed his rough, young image into a more cheerful, wiser one. That's why the 80s can also be described as the decade that built up Forrest Whitaker's career. I firmly believe that he'll win an Academy Award for Best Actor someday. Yes, I'm sure it's right around the corner. He'll most likely wait until the time is ripe. Next year, then he'll unleash his best performance yet. Zach, I could go on about famous actors forever, but we have a case to solve.
Okay, Princess. Så chatten var
Let's
helt
table this discussion for now.
Så kender vi champion igen. Okay. Lad os prøve at tage ned til Clarkson Food Delivery Services. Jeg har stadigvæk 40 minutter at streame tilbage. Så er det hop. Fedt.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place, for better or worse. It's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly, even to total strangers? Both here and in New Orleans, I've been amazed.
Prøv lige at se den bil der. Ja, der er helt klart mere. Den er ikke lige så mystisk i sin helhed. Der er bare nogle meget, meget specielle mennesker, der bor i den her by. Ja, det skulle det også. Jeg har ikke selv set, hvordan det kørte, da det kom ud. Men ifølge Pytte og Longsister, så kører spillet altså bedre, end det gjorde. Hvad skal den der hummer der? General Store, er du en sheriff, eller er du en General Store owner? Melvin. Fan.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick. The special agent does it again. You sure don't waste any time.
True, Princess.
I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you.
Or what?
By the way, Mr. York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like. I call him Mr. Alligator.
Mr. Alligator?
That ass. It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators.
Altså, hvis det er stabilt imellem 18 og 30, så er det vel stabilt. I den forstand, at det ikke... så det er stabilt imellem de to værdier. Men ja, stabilt vil man nok ikke kalde det generelt set.
And here's a radio.
For helvede.
With this,
ingen drops til sub 10. Det er det, vi er for. Det er ikke, vi spiller ikke GoldenEye. Og vi får radioen uden at lave en sidequest.
Might take you a while to get used to him, but you'll get it.
Mr. Alligator. Kasser, man kan smadre.
Try letting him rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
Ja, den blev cuttet halvvejs, gør den, så bare roligt. Du kan ikke løbe så meget. Alligators are gonna fight. It's not lethal rubber bullets. Ja, det hørte jeg faktisk ikke skønt. Nej, han snakkede om film, han snakkede faktisk om...
This is an intriguing.
Han snakkede om
For a tranquilizer
vejene i
gun, it
La
really
Carré
packs a
i forhold
punch.
til i New Orleans. Resten. Det vil sige resten af New Orleans. Okay, Princess. Det lyder virkelig nederen. Jeg håber, du har det bedre i morgen. God aften.
But I'm afraid I'll decline. After
Well, sure is peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals? Are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still, one chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin.
Jo, tak, Princess.
The worst part is,
Det kan du være
they
sikker
taught
på,
the
jeg får med
gators
det
just
her
how tasty we
fantastiske
humans are.
spil.
So now, those suckers just attack on sight. Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In blood swamp.
You know he's fibbing, right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
Actually, Patricia, you're wrong.
Hvorfor bliver hun væk hele tiden? York, she's just a kid.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis Teague. It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet. Then, in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. It's an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Hey, Agent York, what's your first order of business?
Well said, Patricia. I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York. As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place. Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right? Well, that's because there ain't no other place to store it.
Jeg skal bare lige have råd fra CLG.
Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no morgue. Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
Anywho.
Suspicious.
This is where the real story begins. Truth is, a few days before we got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Nej, jeg havde også overvejet, hvorfor det var, at de snakkede om i introen, at hendes krop først var blevet fundet i 2018. What?
Missing.
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not.
Most certainly did not.
I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid... Hey! All right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come
shit,
here.
Melvin. Hvorfor ikke? Hvorfor har han ikke sagt det eller hvad?
It just didn't seem like the time or places I...
Det eneste, der har direkte adgang, må have været Melvin, altså. Just saying.
How about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
No, thank you. This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
That doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
I'm thinking another thing about what the... Hvordan det ser ud med status. Skal vi se status? Nej. Ja, det er den eneste grund til, at jeg sådan tænker, det kan være, at de ikke genbruger samme plot. Men okay. Hvordan ser jeg, hvor meget hunger og sådan noget jeg har? Udefra er det fint. Red room, okay. Så jeg skal bare lige finde det på UI, okay. Super.
You holding up okay, CLG?
Det er altså de fedeste områder i spillet, simpelthen. Jeg er rigtig vild med noget, der sker et skift i gameplayet på. Og så har vi fået vinterjakker på.
Sure you don't want to wait outside?
I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him. He's so selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent. Look, he's talking to himself again.
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that final circle, shall we?
Head to the morgue. Okay, jeg tror vi har nok bullets. Det kan jeg ikke se. Hunger. Der. Hungry sleep. Okay, jeg har masser.
Always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I've come here.
Så er der altså bare kød.
Yes, it's quite the fun house. Truly a dazzling place. Meat entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical...
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Okay, Patricia har en eller anden form for filosofisk...
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death.
Et filosofisk gen i sig.
Yeah,
det er ikke fra...
that's really cool.
Det er ikke fra Melvin, hun har det. Det er helt sikkert.
Cool. Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI.
CSI, you know. It's Teddy down water. What?
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder. Yes. All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves.
Jeg tænkte på, at hun ser rigtig meget CSI, ikke der?
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye. Was that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy.
Candy?
Prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy.
The
shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor struck hard.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is, Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more.
Altså, nu har vi allerede set eller hørt om flere unge piger, der måske kunne være unge og ikke så unge, men i hvert fald flere kvinder, der kunne være fremtidige...
Keep a photograph with me. Kind of feels like we're always together, you know?
Ja, fremtidige, hvad hedder det? Ofre. Jeg ved ikke, jeg kan ikke sådan lidt... Ja, jeg synes ikke, det er et særligt fedt navn, der kender nogen, men...
You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy.
Okay.
But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind. Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old? Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that.
Ja, for det er også lidt det der med min tanke. Det er sådan...
might be a private matter, just like you, Zach. Mange mystiske, anonyme arbejdere. Rolig, jeg har Mr. Alligator. Do not cross. Ja, fodspor med bare tæer. What? Here we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can?
Okay, slap af,
We don't
Patricia.
have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Carré. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young
Slap
girl.
af, Patricia. Slap.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. Never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Der lå noget derovre i hjørnet. Find a suspicious area. You should try looking for a different perspective. In other words, crouch. Vender med det åbenlyse spor. Lidt endnu. Lad os tage det åbenlyse spor. Inspection start. Styrofoam boxes. Okay, vi starter med termometeret.
Look at the thermometer, Zach. It's at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 12.2 degrees Celsius. This must not be the ambiguous zero. Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large.
Så måske tilhører et person, der er lige så høj som et egetræ.
Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures. Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra. Yeah, I'm sure.
Der må have frosset musen, det er helt sikkert.
That's a staple of the South. Zach, can you see that? Look closely. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
Store fødder, meget høj.
An icicle. Never thought I'd see one of these down in the South. Boxes of the past or presents of the future? Either way, this is a curious time capsule. Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time. These pallets are a mess. Looks like this area isn't used often. Still, the idea to store a body here, it's a novel, sophisticated idea unlike anything I'd ever come up with. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here. But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away, so our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
Det er i hvert fald en ret stor person. Det vil være svært ikke at finde ud af, hvad fanden det er. Det er sikkert sværere end som så. 65.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to an end in the icebound zone. You feel me?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
Så nemt. It's 10 foot tall.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once. These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Undskyld mig. Det må man sige, Fylde. Det må man sige.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there, so I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police. And they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead.
Good thinking.
All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Savage.
Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
Yes. Crawfish. Ja, det gør jeg. Det minder mig meget om det. Lad os se. Så her. Okay. I see. Okay. Så langt, så godt. Nej. Aha. En genvej. Crawfish whisker.
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it. Now we should be able to operate the elevator. No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
Garanteret. Jeg vil sige det før, jeg tror det.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. Want to head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Sally forth.
Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
Oof.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
What in blazes? Han er ikke rimelig høj.
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Altså, han er rimelig høj. Holy crap.
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Dun, dun, dun.
Please, call me York.
York, you a smarty pants, huh?
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here.
Yup.
Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
Guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I do like research.
Research?
Han
What
er
are you talking
garanteret
about, Avery? This
blevet
doesn't
hyret
look like a lab to me.
til at fjerne
Ain't
lydet
no
af
lab.
The
It's a
Clarksons.
warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pants scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants. No.
Nu spekulerer jeg i hvert fald. Det er bare mig.
He's a bit slow in
I
the
skal,
mind, but he ain't a bad
I skal ikke tage mig.
Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
Jeg er rimelig suspicious, men det er måske for nemt.
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5".
He's just a bit over 6'5".
The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
Clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Okay, ominous.
Lise.
Hey, cut it out!
Lise. Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Lise. Lise. My fault. My fault.
Okay, okay.
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know?
Det er blevet forfremmet, yes.
Poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're
Der er
finally starting
virkelig,
to
altså
catch
han er
on.
virkelig, den karakter, Avery der, han skriger bare Twin Peaks for mig, for en eller anden grund. Der er bare, det er rent Twin Peaks. Det kan godt være det. Ja. Anyway, der er ikke så langt tilbage. Jeg tænker, vi saver her, og så fortsætter vi på torsdag. Ja, det var med nogle... altså... Ej. Fortsætter på torsdag. Jeg er rimelig smadret i hovedet efter en crazy intro og et crazy nyt spil. Mega fed start. Husk, skal I at se VOD'en, så du kan få introen med. Den er ret mystisk og speciel, men indtil videre, jeg er on board med det spil her. Wow. First Impressions, det er jo det er mere den samme skuffe. Man kan virkelig mærke, at det er Swery og Company, der har lavet spillet. Ny grafikstil, men alligevel er der noget meget velkendt ved måden, de har lavet ansigter og karakterer på. Virkelig crazy karakterer, crazy historie. Ja. Hvad kan jeg sige? Jeg synes, det er fedt. Jeg tror, det bliver en god streams-serie, det her. Ligesom den første var. Så husk Og tune ind på torsdag, hvor jeg fortsætter. Det er kl. 7 til 10 på torsdag, og jeg fortsætter med Deadly Premonition 2. A Blessing in Disguise. Jeg har sikkert mere at sige om spillet på torsdag. Jeg er sådan lidt træt og overvældet af spillet, så ja. En fed start. Jeg glæder mig virkelig meget til at komme videre. Så tak fordi I kiggede med, og så ses vi. Jeg raider lige Face igen. Han arbejder hårdt på at komme igennem Breath of the Wild for tiden i hans first blind playthrough. Altså det er en lagfest, men det skal det også være, der er i DP-spil. Så raid. Og så ja, glæder mig til at se jer. Og indtil da, så må I have det godt, og pas på jer selv.